Segment sponsored by Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority, building vibrant communities.
During these circumstances, so many organizations have had to adapt and change. We're joined this morning by Damon Duncan, CEO of Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority. And Damon, you join us with some updates this morning. It's good to see you. Thank you for making time.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you as well. Hope you're staying safe.
We are doing our best, and I think we all are. And you certainly have a huge organization that you are leading that really is having to adapt in so many ways.
Yes, that's absolutely right. We really have to, we're trying to reimagine how we administer the service. We're trying to be especially sensitive to the families, respect social distancing, which totally goes against the way that we operate. So we really have to rethink this. Our team is on the phone and meeting on a daily basis to try to make sure that we're able to mitigate some of the extenuating circumstances while keeping staff and families safe and continue to administer quality housing.
It really is a monumental task because so many of us have so many questions coming in at all times, and your team is being responsive and addressing those questions and concerns.
Yes, we have a very caring and concerned team. I'm very proud to lead this group. They have really stepped up during this time. And you're right, it is a monumental task. We're getting inundated with new information every day from our governor, our mayor, and our president. And, we just, moment by moment, we really don't know how to address this, but we're trying to be diligent and responsible and just keep our eyes and ears open. None of us have been through this before. This is certainly our first time, but when we come out of it, I do believe we'll be prepared to go forward.
And that's always reassuring to hear as we imagine a day when we are post COVID-19 and things have evolved. It's certainly a monumental task to address affordable housing and the needs in our community.
Yes, even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a study performed in Richmond. The study was released in early 2020, that is, and it suggested that there were over 29,000 units of affordable housing that are needed in the city of Richmond and the greater Richmond area. That number, I'm sure, has skyrocketed post the COVID-19. So as housing providers, affordable housing providers, we're going to have to really put our heads together and come up with some alternative strategies to meet the need. People that didn't previously qualify for affordable housing are now finding themselves in a situation where they require affordable housing because of the unintended consequences of the pandemic. So we really have to be able to put legislation, regulations, all of that kind of stuff aside, the bureaucratic red tape, and administer good quality affordable housing to get people into units.
Well, Damon, even under the best of circumstances, not any part of that is a small task. And I know that there were probably future priorities on the horizon for RRHA before all of this landscape changed, but you're probably still looking toward the future with those elements in mind.
Yes, we are still looking toward the future. We have great work started out at Armstrong Renaissance. Families have been moving in there. The last couple of phases are underway currently. We have a project underway at the Baker School, which is directly adjacent to the Gilpin Court community. We are starting on the Mosby South community. We solicited proposals for prospective development partners, and our team is evaluating those proposals currently and prepared to make an award within the next 30 days. And there's just a lot of work that continues to go on, and we're continuing to try to push that work forward in light of the setbacks that we have with the pandemic. So you're right, the work is still moving forward.
Right. It's a balance on so many levels. We have about a minute and a half left. And one of the elements that is coming up is there's some news from the CEO corner as well.
Yeah. The CEO is stepping down here
Okay.
in the next 30 to 45 days now. We did indicate that to the board. They were sort of disappointed because they believe, like a number of other people, that things are really moving in a great direction. And it just speaks to the not so much any brilliance on my part, but it speaks to the competence and the capacity of our team. We have a great team. I'm very confident that that we've done a good job in leading them, but they're able to lead the agency going forward. I believe the agency is headed for great things ahead. And so you guys can look for continued work that we were able to start at RRHA.
Well, it is bittersweet news, but we appreciate you sharing, and we know good things are to come. Before we wrap up this morning, do you have a message for the residents?
Yes, I want the residents to know, above all else, we want you to maintain safe practices, the washing of the hands, the wearing of the mask, the respecting of social distancing, because we can address housing matters and work orders and that sort of thing. But our main concern is that you stay safe and healthy, because this pandemic respects no boundaries, obviously. So that is our utmost concern. Secondary is housing and all of that, but our primary concern is the safety of our residents and our families.
Well, thank you for making time for us, Damon. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day and stay safe.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And we'll be sure to include more information so you can learn more about the Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority.
Great information. Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority is located at 901 Chamberlain Parkway in Richmond. Give them a call at 804-780-4200, and you can visit them online at rrha.com. That's rrha.com. Find them on social media on Facebook at Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority, and on Twitter at Vibrant RRHA. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.